So now that we have our getSticky function ready, we can start applying this to our functions. Let's start with the top function, which was getLanguage. Okay, if we go to our option value, and before the closing opening option tag, let's close actually the whole echo with an additional double quote and a semicolon, create 2 new lines, echo and double quote to continue echoing the tag itself. And now we are going to actually add our getSticky function. Now the first parameter, let's check what first parameter is again. The first parameter is a case. So which case we're going to be applying to our drop-down menus, because our languages is on the drop-down menu. And drop-down menus are obviously select tags, so we're going to be using case 2. So go back. So the first parameter will be 2, then comma, and then we pass in the parameter name, which will be srch language, because we want to check what get name has the parameter passed through the URL. And then we need to provide the value which is associated with this specific record, with this specific option, and it's going to be our rows ID. See, we need the comma on this side after the parameter. That's all fine. Now we can close the bracket, semicolon, and we are actually done with this one. So let's now go to the next one, which was authors. Authors also was on the drop-down menu. So we add double quote, semicolon, 2 lines, echo, double quote, and we can place our function, replace the search language by search author, and rows ID stays as it was. Okay, copy this again, scroll down, we've got categories. Categories are also on the drop-down menu, so double quote, semicolon, echo, double quote, our function, replace the name of the parameter to search category. Then we scroll down, we've got years. This will be slightly different, echo, and we pass in a parameter. This time the name is going to be search year, and instead of ID will be passing rows yeah. Okay, now we scroll down. With this one, if we go to the end of our input tag and double quote, semicolon, 2 lines, echo, double quote, and now we paste our function getSticky. Now, this is the radio button, as you may remember, and radio buttons had the case 4. So, case 4, then srch cover, closing single quote, comma, and again, rows, and we're going to be passing ID of the specific radio button. And that's with our radio buttons. Now, copy the whole thing, scroll down. Next function is a location, and because a location, each record has its own unique ID and name. As you can see, we've got name, search locations, hyphen, and then ID populated from a database assigned to this name as well. We're going to have to do something like that. We're going to, at the end of the input tag, double quote, semicolon, 2 lines, echo, double quote, and now we paste our function. Only this time the case will be 3. We need to change the name, copying all this here. Okay, so that's all fine, but we need double quotes here as well, because this is obviously a string, and then we assign in the ID. That's all fine, and rows ID at the end as default. Okay, so now that all this has been done, let's go to our browser, refresh it, and you can see the checkboxes straight away were checked. Now if I'm going to go to this page, removing all these gets from the URL, we can see that the page has just loaded and nothing has been checked. So if I select the language, let's say English, click search now, you can see that English stays still selected. If I select Bournemouth, Portsmouth, Brighton, if I select the year 2001, select some author and the category, click on search, you see all these things remain the way I've checked them actually and selected. So if I type in some text here, let's say some query, it doesn't go. So let's go back to the code. Let's first have a look at the URL. What's happened here actually? You can see it sent search for some plus query, which indicates that we've sent the parameter to the URL correctly. Now it doesn't really reflect this in our text field, so we obviously have to have a look at this. If we go back to the Dreamweaver and go to our index.php file, you can see that search for text field has value blank. So what we need to do here is we need to actually call this getSticky function and pass some parameters to it. So PHP, because obviously value for this field has not been generated from within the function. So getSticky, the case, as you may remember, the case for text field was 1. So 1, then parameter will be search for, and that's everything. That's all we need to provide here. So semicolon and closing PHP tag. Now if we go to the browser, refresh the page, you can see that some query has remained inside of the text field. If we change it to something else, new book, hit enter, it still stays here. In the next video I'm going to show you, because as you can see, radio buttons have not been selected at all. We want any to be selected by default. But if I select any other, you can see that it remains as it should. So if I select hard and click on search now, it does stay as hard. But when the page loads first, it should any radio button should be selected. So that's what we're gonna do in the next video.